The year was 2020, barely a year after I moved to the US from the Philippines. And I don't know what it was. The coolest move I could have done was to get it checked. It wasn't anything bad. It didn't stop my yearly visit to the Philippines. But a couple of weeks before going back to the US in 2022, I experienced pain that seemingly resembled the toothache I had in the past. The only difference was it didn't go away, even after a visit to the dentist and getting a couple of my teeth taken out. The x-ray also revealed something alien to him, so instead of yanking the rest of my teeth out, he referred me to an oral surgeon, who then told me it was a tumor. And on July 19, 2022, it came back positive for cancer. In late August, I had another biopsy to determine its staging and to determine what treatment plan the doctors were going for. Still came back positive for cancer, and it's stage 4. By then, the tumor had already begun pushing out to the gums and took about half the space in my mouth. My weight had dropped from the 170 range down to 120, shedding off the holiday weight gain. But the bad news was I began looking like Megamind. On September 19th, chemotherapy started. All impossible to pronounce. One that stood out had a nickname of 4FU. The next phase of treatment was a 35-day radiotherapy, which started on my birthday. Fun. The treatment ended on February 8th, 2023. The side effects weren't funny. I don't have any jokes for it. Anyway, my brother and I went to Anaheim Convention Center for WonderCon. It was my first time attending a comic convention, and I was there for
Ben Weinman, most notably for being one of the founding members of the band you just saw, the Dillinger Escape Plan.
shook my hand. That guy didn't. Earlier that week, I found out that he was going there to sign advance reading copies of One of Us is a Killer, a graphic novel that was inspired from the band's album of the same title.
Hey, that's Lee Fremington of Palais Royale.
I didn't know who he was, but the girls were lining up for him.
It's the most number of people in costumes Peter has ever seen. 50 of them were the Joker.
Here's a Venn diagram I made out of my excitement for the concert at the historic Hollywood Bowl. Months after the treatment, 3 parts of my body lit up on the PET scan. The report even said the cancer was already spreading into those various parts of the body. They ruled it out after a series of tests and biopsies, except for that one lonely spot in the cheek. The cancer didn't fully go away. I had a hearing test a couple of days ago, and the doctors learned that I have a significant loss of hearing in my left ear. And because of that, I have a new gadget. Let me show you. You see it? Me neither. Now what? The doctors are leaning into giving me more chemo. I don't know what it means for the rest of my plans this year. Right now, it's just best to focus on the things that I can control. Like diet. I have recently started intermittent fasting. The Stoics had amor fati, which means love of faith. Live as much as you can with what you have. Telling my mom that I had stage 4 was probably the hardest thing that I've ever told anyone. But what came after was acceptance and even a stronger resolve to get better. I wouldn't go so far as to saying cancer made all of this possible. Still, cancer, but rather it means the decision to make life happen is up to you. Moments are fleeting, and the only path that makes sense is forward. Once time moves, it's gone. You can try to catch it, but it's just best to be in it and enjoy it. With all the moves I'm making, does it mean that I'll get better? I'll be cured from it. Well, I make it past 5 years. What if the pain could kill me? When life is full of uncertainties, let Ron Mail guide you with this nugget of wisdom.
Yeah.